Wednesday at 4:30. It's cold here in Kansas City, Kansas side. Stock market, interest rates hit the stock market in the last hour or two, so, but not quite as bad, so it was probably figured in ahead of time. It was up in the morning, and it's up a little bit in after hours, I see, so maybe we're over the downward movement right now. The correction's taking place, and maybe this will be the bottom for now. The bottom. I wonder how many people have been in jail for trespassing at Merrill Lynch, who own Merrill Lynch and had accounts, family business there, besides me. In Kansas City, all over the country. It's not right. And all the people responsible need the death penalty. From the employees in the office to the police doing the arrests, and of course the judges enforcing it. Then the Nazi mafia, punk-ass doctors, nurses, social workers in the state hospitals labeling me mentally ill. Well, they fucked me up, so they need to be fucked up a million times more. This just is not on the playground in the backyard street. This is police actions, courthouse, and publicly owned Merrill Lynch, publicly owned PaineWebber, publicly owned Smith Barney. It's not acceptable. Publicly owned Sprint and Waddell and Reed. They've all, well, stockbrokers, the only ones with police and actual arrests. The other ones just have security guards. Merrill Lynch, you owe me $1 trillion for disrespecting me and my ownership and probably murdering my dad. With his Ivy League degrees and lawyer, top lawyer in America, former president of the Kansas City Lawyers Association. You know, they have no credibility because of him. I guess I'm kind of unique that I have experience from a father like that very few people would have experience like that. Because very few people have a father who is at a prestigious thing like that. So, you know, I guess a lot of people my generation, their parents, what their parents do for jobs. Now, a lot of people I've heard get jobs because their parents worked at General Motors or IBM or something, and that's how they get their jobs. They get better jobs, you know. And of course, they are better with ACT percent and degrees that their company, dad's companies pay for, which all is logical and fair and fine in their world. Well, I'll go along with you no different than everybody else. You know, if you got good parents, you probably have a better upbringing, probably have a better ACT percent and better college, you know, because you have a better upbringing, and there's nothing to be ashamed about that. And you go to school and get your degrees with your better upbringing, fine, that's great. That's the way it should be. Think you should be penalized, punished for that by inferiors who couldn't get what you had or didn't have what you had? No, that's not acceptable. They need the death penalty. As a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, I guess I had, you know, I didn't have any filthy rich billionaire upbringing, but we were comfortable and had everything we needed. We never had any issues with not enough money. Didn't live lifestyles of rich and famous, which is, after my degrees, I expect $5 billion a year. Hedge fund paycheck. And with $5 billion a year, I would live lifestyles of rich and famous like it's supposed to be. You know, it's not because of what I look like or how tall I am. I'm not a basketball player athlete. Well, I mean, I am a basketball player athlete, but not a professional. Never tried to be, and I'm not, you know, movie stars. I'm not trying to be a beautiful movie star, and there's some pretty funny looking ugly movie stars that made a lot of money off their looks because they look like certain characters. So I think all the punks who would just talk about what I look like or how tall I am or how rich I am, how much money I have. You see, the issue is ACT percent and degrees and what from where. They owe me $1 trillion for disrespecting my degrees and or disrespecting my ownership, and owner's an owner, and then they owe me $5 billion a year paycheck for disrespecting my degrees because you're no different than everybody else. We don't let just anybody do it. Not just anybody's allowed to do these things. Get a license for a real estate or hedge fund, and they disrespected my degrees and my set scores, so they owe me $5 billion paycheck for every year since kindergarten 55 years ago, $275 billion. Because working for money is what it's about, and that's how much money I have to get. And some of these idiots say owners don't work and all this shit. They need to be executed, removed from this planet. Owners, there's always somebody making up some bullshit against me, and it's not right or acceptable, and they need to be removed from the planet. Owners work. Investors work. And what's an investor? If somebody has an investment account, so they're an investor. I had an investment account when I was in kindergarten. Investor in a specific company. Okay, well, name Merrill Lynch, Bank of America owns it. I'm an investor in that company, and they've disrespected me. You ever disrespect an investor, you're going to be hung. You're going to be taken out. And they've disrespected me forever on my ownership investments. And I'm there to work to get a paycheck of $5 billion a year, not just to sit there and, time is money. I go to Walmart and I own it. I shop there. Merrill Lynch wanted me to come back and shop there at their Kansas City office after they arrested me and had me banned from the property. And then they send me a letter to come be a client, to be their customer. They owe me $1 trillion. They all get executed. But the board of directors on here wants to discuss this on national TV. I remember the board of directors from when I was 16 years old in 1978, 79. After my master's, when they started throwing me in jail, 85, 86, 87, 88, every year until now. They're not answering me now. Not acceptable. I remember the board, get on TV, bring a copy of your ACT score, and your college degrees and what from where. All that shit. You're no different than everybody else. Okay, you're in there and you're getting your paychecks to be on the board or chairman or whatever. These people are getting their paychecks. Some of them $1 billion a year, $100 million a year. Let's discuss all this on national TV. Well, I'm being banned from the property. Sometimes invited to come spend money there as a customer. After I've been banned. You owe me $5 billion a year for every year since kindergarten. You owe me $1 trillion for disrespecting me and my ownership. Merrill Lynch, Smith, Barney, Payne Weber. Come on, bunks, babies, scum, mafia, Nazi ass, dumbass punk criminals.